my reading notes for Get Off Your Butt by Sean Stephenson. Written for the active, not passive participant, this book offers an inspiring program for overcoming big bumps in the road, eliminating excuses, ending insecurities, and standing up for happiness and success in life. Based on the author's personal story, clinical training and work as a therapist, and extensive experience speaking and teaching, Get Off Your Butt shows how to overcome excuses for emotional paralysis, build self-confidence at work and at home, and achieve a higher level of success in career and relationships. Dealing with but excuses can swim into self-talk on an hourly basis if we aren't careful. A but excuse is based on an imaginary lack of resources that leads to the belief that we can't do what needs to be done. The but excuse is always stated as a fact, and we may actually believe it's a fact, but it's really just an excuse we use to rationalize our lack of activity or participation. But I don't have the time. But I don't have the money. But I don't have the energy. Why do we like these but excuses so much? Because a but excuse gets us out of doing things we don't want to do. In the beginning, sitting on our but excuses can be really comfortable. People leave us alone. Eventually, though, that's all they ever leave us. The goal is not to be perfect. Our minds are experts at coming up with excuses. The real goal is to recognize when you're stuck in a but excuse loop and do something to get out of it. Here's a secret. The excuse itself is never the real reason behind our inaction. It's just a cover-up for something we're unwilling to face up to. The truth is that for some other reason that we may not want to acknowledge, we really don't want that something, going to the gym, returning to school, finding a new job, or whatever it is, to be part of our current reality. Our but excuse masks our true feelings. These true feelings are never easy to acknowledge, and often we may even be ashamed of them. We hide behind our but excuses so that everyone else will leave us alone. And that's how an individual can end up alone in life. How do I get off my but excuses? Here's what I do. 1. I get 100% honest with myself. I reveal things that I don't want to hear, see, or feel, even if it makes me uncomfortable in the moment. 2. I project my current behavior out into future. What will happen if I don't change now, next week, next month, next year, in 10 years? The answer is never warm and fuzzy, but it's always motivating. Get honest with yourself and change your behavior. Dealing with your but insecurities. Our but insecurities go right for our self-esteem. These insecurities lurk deep inside, ready and waiting to do you in. In fact, when you think you're doing really great, they can pop up to pull you down. But I'm not attractive enough. But I'm not smart enough. But I'm not talented enough. When we sell ourselves the lie that we're not enough, or that we're flawed or broken in some way, we short-circuit all our hopes and dreams. This kind of self-talk defeats us before we even begin, and makes it virtually impossible for us to look in the mirror and see the whole human being who's really there. It also makes it impossible for our friends to help us. Good lesson for me. That's the interesting thing about our buts. No one can get us off of them except ourselves. You can throw people a rope, but if they refuse to grab on and pull their own weight, you can't save them. Where do insecurities come from? How do they form, and how can we get rid of them? In order to answer these questions, we first need to understand how beliefs work. The only difference between a thought, which really doesn't have much power over you, and a belief, which has total control over you, is this. A belief is a thought you've convinced yourself is true. In other words, a belief is just a thought that you've made real. Studies indicate that we have more than 40,000 thoughts per day. Most of our thoughts are fairly insignificant. A handful of thoughts, however, can be powerful. These are the thoughts we deem as truth, the ones that become our beliefs. A belief has only one job: to gather evidence for its existence. Once our mind decides, yep, that's true, our mind will go out into the world and find evidence to back it, our belief, up. Even if our mind has to delete, distort, generalize, or even fabricate every bit of evidence our mind, gathers to prove it's our belief's own existence. The greatest lie ever told. I'm sure you've heard the phrase, seeing is believing. Well, I have some bad news. You've been lied to. Seeing is not believing. It's the other way around. Believing is seeing. Whatever you really believe about something, your brain will alter your 5 senses so that you actually experience it as real and true. If we believe we are unattractive, our brain will work full-time, in every waking second, to make sure all the sincere compliments we receive about our appearance are distorted or deleted as they enter our consciousness. In order for a thought to become a belief, it has to be nurtured by evidence that proves its own existence. With each piece of evidence, it sprouts a root, and its foundation grows stronger. Soon that thought, true or false, becomes a sturdy belief planted in your mind, growing stronger every day. Beliefs aren't inherently bad or good. If we ask our belief that we are beautiful, for example, to go gather evidence to support it, it will find every shred of proof it can to convince us that we are beautiful. The quality of your beliefs and the self-talk that supports those beliefs determine the quality of your emotions. If you spend your time proving that you're ugly, dumb, not supposed to be wealthy and defective, I promise you that your emotional state is going to be depressed and angry. And all your negative self-talk will create a terrible state of mind. To counter the emotional pain this causes, many of us turn to immediate gratification, food, alcohol, drugs, and so on. But none of those gratifiers give us lasting satisfaction. Lasting gratification comes only from growth and contribution. It's only when we work on ourselves and we contribute our resources, time, money, and energy to the efforts of others or the planet are we truly blessed with lasting gratification. Get off your butt now. Make a get off your butt personal inventor. Take out your get off your butt now. Journal and finish the following statements in as much detail as possible, with whatever comes up for you, no matter how pretty or ugly it may sound. Men or women are my body is my career is my future looks. My partner is I'm good at, I'm lousy at. People think I am when I am under pressure. The world is what I love about people is. What I hate about people is. My heart is marriage is love is exercise is work is time I did this assignment. I was shocked to discover what I believed. Fortunately, you can change your beliefs. You can't change what you won't or haven't acknowledged. And that's why this exercise is so helpful. Sometimes simply acknowledging a belief is enough for you to be able to let it go. If you don't like a particular belief you discovered in this inventory, write about what you do want to believe. Once you've described your new belief in detail, you'll have it in your mind. Then you can begin to find evidence in your life to support that new belief. Your self-talk creates the map that directs your life. The question is, what route are you mapping out? You can't afford to treat yourself as anything less than the coolest person on the planet. I vowed years ago to always speak to myself with love and respect, and I am one of the happiest and most peaceful people you'll ever meet. You see, when you combine respectful self-talk with physical confidence, we'll talk about that in the next lesson, people will begin loving and respecting you on a level you never thought possible. Now is the time to brush off the negative thoughts and beliefs you've been carrying for too long. Sean Stephenson. With a foreword by Anthony Robbins. Get off your butt. How to end self-sabotage and stand up for yourself. My reading notes for Get Off Your Butt by Sean Stephenson. Written for the active, not passive participant, this book offers an inspiring program for overcoming big bumps in the road, eliminating excuses, ending insecurities, and standing up for happiness and success in life. Based on the author's personal story, clinical training and work as a therapist, and extensive experience speaking and teaching. Get Off Your Butt shows how to overcome excuses for emotional paralysis, build self-confidence at work and at home, and achieve a higher level of success in career and relationships. Lesson 3. Master your physical confidence. How you move, speak, look, and carry yourself plays a crucial part not only in determining how others perceive you, but also in building your own sense of confidence and self-worth. Get off your butt now. Modeling physical confidence. As I worked alongside both Tony Robbins and Bill Clinton, I couldn't help noticing that everything they did conveyed the same message. I carry power. They absolutely radiated physical confidence. I wanted what they had, so I tried to model myself on them. Now I want you to find a confident role model, someone you know, or a person you can observe through film or TV. Pay close attention to the following. 1. The way this person moves. 2. The way he or she stands. 3. The way he or she sits. 4. The way he or she speaks. Observe every detail about this role model's body language, how he or she moves and holds himself or herself during these activities. If you want to take notes, do that. Now close your eyes and see yourself moving in the same way. You'll feel a new sense of power in your body right away. And you may also find your posture changing to adjust to the picture in your mind. Remember, it's not about mimicking, like a parrot, without really understanding. It's about allowing yourself to follow a model. The mind-body connection. Physical confidence is the external expression of our internal state of confidence. Think of the most confident person you know. Think back to the first time you met him or her. How is it possible that we can spot a confident person from across the room? Because to a great degree we wear our confidence on the outside. The mind and body may seem like two separate entities. In reality, however, they are one. Whenever something happens to you psychologically, you experience an instantaneous physiological reaction. Conversely, when you introduce any stimulation to the body, you instantaneously experience an intellectual and emotional reaction. Your entire body, not just the brain, is a thinking and feeling machine. Research shows that even the most microscopic parts of you, cells, molecules, atoms, quarks, are working together in constant communication. Our nervous and digestive systems in particular are so closely linked that many researchers refer to them as one physical unit, the brain-gut axis. Your gut actually contains as many neurons, nerve cells, as your spinal cord does. This connection between the brain and the digestive system is an extremely busy two-way street. The central nervous system releases chemicals, acetylcholine and adrenaline, that tell the stomach when to produce acid, when to churn, and when to rest. Our digestive system responds by sending electrical messages to the brain, creating such sensations as hunger, fullness, pain, nausea, discomfort, and possibly such emotions as sadness and joy. The brain-gut axis. According to Emmerin Mayer, MD, a gastroenterologist and the chairman of the New Mind-Body Collaborative Research Center at the University of California at Los Angeles, our guts actually help shape our moods. Especially important, according to Dr. Mayer, is the vagus nerve, which is essentially a large electrical cable that runs between the brain and the digestive system. Nobody knows exactly what messages are traveling along this cable, but scientists have found that stimulating the nerve at different frequencies can cause either anxiety or a strong sense of well-being. When those feel-good chemicals are pumping to your brain, you feel good. When you give your body the right fuel, you feel good. Get off your butt now. Shift your body, shift your mind. But Tony Robbins has taught me that you can shift your state of mind by shifting your body. Or, as he puts it, motion creates emotion. If you spark the body, you spark the mind. The E in emotion in this case stands for energy. In other words, an emotion is energy in motion. Place this book in front of you so that you can read these directions and follow along at the same time. 1. Put your body in a posture that conveys fear. Move your head, face, shoulders, arms, hands, chest and legs into the position that feels most like fear. Even breathe like someone who is afraid. 2. Freeze your body in that exact fearful position. Don't move a single muscle. 3. Now try getting super excited, feeling really pumped up and confident, as if you could take on the world. 4. Notice the conflict you're experiencing between these contradictory emotions. 5. Shake your body out and brush off the fearful energy you created with your posture. Take a deep breath and then let out a sigh of relief. 6. Now pose your body in a posture that conveys confidence and power. Move your head, face, shoulders, arms, hands, chest and legs into the position that makes you feel most confident and powerful. Even breathe like someone who is confident and powerful. 7. Freeze your body in that exact confident and powerful position. Don't move a single muscle. 8. Now try feeling really timid and fearful, as if you were afraid of your own shadow. 9. Notice how it's not possible to do step 8 without shifting your body. Physical confidence is vital. Next time you're in a bad mood, stop and check in with your body. If you're feeling angry, notice how your body is in an angry posture. Fists clenched, shoulders hunched, lips in a tight line. Your voice has an angry tone, and you breathe at a fast, ragged, angry rate. If you wanted to, you could intervene at any time and feel something different, simply by shifting your body into a happy posture. Hands open, shoulders down, mouth curving upward in a smile, voice with a more upbeat tonality, breathing relaxed. Like magic, you'd feel better. Of course, I'm not saying that this shift of physiology will fix the problem of whatever angered you in the first place. What it will do is decrease or possibly eliminate the intensity of the sensation of your anger and give you time to think. Slow down in. One thing I hear over and over from clients is that they just don't have enough time. The solution is easy. Slow down your movements. I'm not talking about moving as if you were running in slow motion. I am simply suggesting that you be more aware of how your body is moving. Relax. Keep your entire body loose. If your fists are clenched, release them. Let go of any tension you're harboring anywhere in your body. Breathe. If you're taking shallow breaths, begin taking slower and deeper breaths. Be sure to exhale completely. If you find yourself fidgeting, for example, dipping your hands in and out of your pockets, fiddling with any object obsessively, chewing your nails, playing with your hair, tapping your feet, hands or fingers, take a deep breath in, smile, gently place your body in a comfortable position and leave it there. Slow down your blinking. Be aware of your blinking rate. If it's too fast, slow it down. Bring your head up. Adopt good posture. Use a strong tone of voice. Smile. Be peaceful. Sensory acuity. If you pay close attention to micro changes in physiology, you can tell when your feelings or someone else's feelings are shifting. Our awareness of these details is referred to as sensory acuity. The following physical cues telegraph your internal emotional condition. Pupil dilation. The larger the pupils, the more open and connected we feel, if not influenced by direct light or drugs, that is. Flushed skin. The more red the skin, specifically in the face, the more uncomfortable, fearful, embarrassed, or sexually nervous we feel. Muscle tension. Quick breathing. The more quickly we breathe, unless we have just done some physical activity, the shallower the breaths we take, and the higher in the lungs our breath comes from, the more constricted we feel. Lip configuration. If our lips are unnaturally pursed and slightly white, we're likely to be upset or extremely displeased. Finding romance through physical confidence. If you want to be seen as sexy, you must project a vital, fluid physical confidence. The same is true for the Fortune 500 executives I've worked with. Those who are conscious of their movements and in control of their breathing and posture keep their cool no matter what happens. Get off your butt, no. Put your body in the confidence zone. This is a great activity to try when you're nervous about a big meeting, a romantic date, or a difficult conversation. Step 1. Play your favorite song over and over while looking in a mirror. Step 2. Stand tall, with your legs a few feet apart. Step 3. Put your hands at your side, like Superman or Wonder Woman. Step 4. Squint or widen your eyes, depending on whichever makes you feel tougher. Step 5. Put a cocksure smile on your face, and slowly nod your head yes. Step 6. Feel the confident energy coursing through your veins. Create a physical reminder of that emotional experience. For example, lightly squeeze both fists, squeeze your thumbs and forefingers together, tap your nose once, whatever. This will create a kinesthetic anchor, a movement that will fire off the feeling you want to evoke. Step 7. Once you arrive at your meeting, date or conversation, trigger the kinesthetic anchor. Step 8. Experience the confident feelings that flood your entire body. Enjoy the moment. You are receiving the power and support you need. No matter how great your self-talk and how confident your stance, you can be thrown off balance in less than a second if you don't control what you focus your attention on. Over the years, I've met hundreds of men and women who have struggled with their weight all their life. Here's what I tell my clients. You will continue to struggle with your weight if you blame others or shame yourself. Blame statements such as, I would exercise, but my boss keeps me too busy, and shame statements such as, I would be in shape, but I'm a lazy pig, will do nothing to help you change your life. These statements only breed discouragement. After so many years, it's no surprise that when you look in the mirror, all you can see is fat. It's time for you to look beyond the fat, right into your soul. You'll see something right away. You really are no different than Andrea. Your self is attractive. It is just waiting for you to acknowledge it and ask for support. Allow your spirit, mind and body to work together to help you create an amazing new body, the one that was there all along.